Welcome to this new lesson. In this lesson, we start a project called Emotion Analyzer. So what is Emotion Analyzer? It is an intuitive application designed to figure out the emotional tone behind a text. You start by inputting a list of emotions you want to track. This could be anything from happy, sad, curious, excited, and more. Then you feed the text a message, review, social media post, anything written into the application. The application quickly analyzes the text and tells you which of your specified emotions is expressed. It's like having a personal assistant to read between the lines, making it easy to understand the sentiment behind the words. So what can such an application used for? It can be used in many applications, like for example, social media monitoring. A company could use the application to monitor the sentiment of mentions of their brand on social media platforms. For instance, given the sentiment positive, negative, neutral, they could enter a tweet mentioning their brand into the application and find out if the sentiment toward their brand in that particular post is positive, negative, or neutral. It can also be used for product reviews. An e-commerce business can use the application to automatically categorize the sentiment of customer reviews for their product. This could be an efficient way of filtering through thousands of reviews to find the common sentiment. Email filtering. For example, customer support teams could use this application to prioritize the processing of customer emails based on their sentiments. This would help them address the most critical issues first. Also, it can be used for feedback analysis. A company or an individual conducting a survey could use the application to analyze open-ended responses. It would help in extracting the common sentiments from the responses and make data interpretation easier. Okay, so that's for the introduction. Now I will start with the new project. Okay, so now the first step, I will create a folder. I will open this folder in Visual Studio Code. Code space dot. Okay, so here, let me accept this. Here I will start a terminal and I will initialize a Node application, npm init. Okay, so I will take the package name as default. This I will change the file to app.js. Here are all defaults. Okay, so that created the application. Now I have the package.js. Okay, let me now import the dependencies. So npm install OpenAI and .env, because I need to read the API key from an environment variable. Okay, so let me create the files and folders that we will work with. So we will have the file app.js. This will include the Express application later. I will have a playground.js. This I will use to test the initial application. I will have a folder called config. Inside this config folder, I will have a file OpenAI config.js that will include the OpenAI configuration. I will also have a folder called controllers. So let me select here. I will create a folder called controllers. This will include the controllers of the application. And finally, I will create the .env file, which contains the environment variables that we will do soon. So here it is .env. Okay, so that's all for this lesson. In the next lesson, we will start implementing the project.